afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Germany with me, Louis Lett. Greece and the Chinese Taipei are both two teams looking to bounce back, to rebound after the disappointment of yesterday. Greece going down 3-0 to a very strong Slovenian team, and the Chinese Taipei missing out on their dream final to the hosts, Germany. Although both teams now know that they will not be getting promoted to League Two, there's a lot of pride at stake. The Chinese Taipei, led by Serkon So, said that the team were living the dream here. They love beating Germany in the group stage. Unfortunately missing out yesterday. There we have it, just confirmation of the Final Four, the gold medal match coming a little bit later this afternoon between Germany and Slovenia. And I imagine we will see two very similar starting sixes from Greece and the Chinese Taipei. Both teams struggling to get going, really, to start the engine. Greece led very much to libero Garas, number 3. Stivachatis, number 6, will probably start as the setter, but their main man was number 2, who just disappeared from the team, and that's Mitas Judrich. Chinese Taipei, again, another strong side. Look out for Hong Min and Zhu Shansong, the wing spikers, very awkward to play against. They're a small team, the Chinese Taipei, so they try and run the ball very fast and outrun the opposition block. So we stand for the national anthems. The aim of the Chinese Taipei was never to make the final, but enjoy playing world-class opposition. Let's see if they can pull off a remarkable result here and claim bronze.
And now, the national anthem of Greece.
Thank you.
Greece, having missed an opportunity yesterday, consistency was the key from the service line and in offense. But an improved performance today will surely make them favourites against this Chinese Taipei side. Chinese Taipei will have to pass better than they did yesterday. So key to their offense. As we have a look at the Greece starting lineup, Fragos will start at 4. Judrich, the opposite, will start at 3. Stivachis, the setter, number 6, will start at position 6. Kurmentakos will start at position 1, the wing spiker. Similar side, and Andradis and Petreus start as the middles. Lucas Brero and Jakubos Nederhood are the two referees for this encounter. The starting lineup for the Chinese Taipei. The middle blockers, Wang Xinxin and Hang Jie. Starting at 1 and 5, Zhen Shenson and Hong Min. The outside hitters, the wing spikers. Wang Hong, the setter. And the opposite, Wang Min Shin, who played very well yesterday. the number 14, who is very impressive. There he is, the man in your picture. Did cause problems for the German side. Strange set of results yesterday. Greece and the Chinese Taipei both reversing the results from the previous round of World League fixtures. You can see the libero, the Chinese Taipei. Young Shun is also the junior coach of the nation. Greece, look out for number 2, Mitar Judrich. Got set a phenomenal amount of balls yesterday. He was the top scorer, but he also only fired at around about 40% efficiency in offense. So this is huge. Garas is the last man to join the court, the libero. Passing and serving will be huge for both of these sides. Trios Drikos, the head coach of Greece. Animated customer yesterday, wasn't he, at times? Really fiery. There were others weren't quite insular. The crowd already, we are expecting a full house in here today. Sun Chen-sun, the main point scorer for the Chinese Taipei yesterday. He made 9 points, but previously against Germany he made 19, and that's a big difference. That's a very big indicator to the difference of that game yesterday, with Chinese Taipei never really getting going. The man in your picture, Judrich, is the key cog of this Greek team. Greece should be too high and too physical for Chinese Taipei, but what we have learnt about this team is they battle and they move the ball around so quick that it's hard to keep up, but they have to be in system, Chinese Taipei. They have to be in rhythm to allow their game to function correctly. Second referee just checking the rotations before he hands the ball over. Rafael Koumentakis, he has been the best server throughout the World League campaign of 2016 for Greece. The 23-year-old, I imagine, will continue going for his jump serve. 3 in the pass, Chinese Taipei, no surprises there. And if they can build confidence here, the Chinese Taipei, they'll push a few buttons of Greece. It's a good pass, it's a good start that for the Chinese Taipei, and they side out delightfully well. And no surprise, they go running around the court to celebrate as well. Perfect passing allows Chen-sun to make his first point. Chinese Taipei have an amateur league in their country. They only have 6 teams. Most of them are universities. Ouch. Andreas was one of the most consistent spikers for Greece yesterday. The Chinese Taipei, only 2 players having played some professional volleyball before. One of them is the setter, Won Pei Hung. And we have a battle on our hands already. It's a quick game, but that one is roofed straight down from Greece. Oh, we have some issues here. Greece are getting a little bit fidgety, a little bit animated already. But that was lights out. Wang Mingxing. Then Mingxing does get the next point swinging on the outside. Again, this team, they play so fast that when the pass is as good as it started in Chinese Taipei, they will be a force to be reckoned with. Samson, regarded by many as the danger man of this side. Ace from Greece, and Nitar Djudric. He's an athlete, plays his volleyball. He's just joined Verona and Tarantino in Italy. Now he chops one back to the sideline. Unfortunately, it just goes the wrong side. Exciting stuff. Smiles from Djudric. Very much the go-to man of this Greek team. Maybe got slightly overfed yesterday, the Greek opposite, but unfortunately the pass was never really in a stable area to utilise the middle or other areas of the game. That's a big block, but that's straight out, I think. They were very slow getting into the game yesterday, Chinese Taipei, but so far so good. Passes off the net, no middle around for Greece. Chen Sun stays on a very sharp angle in defense, considering he's on the backcourt. Absorbs it, but unfortunately can't keep the ball alive. Fragos, another danger man. The wing spiker. Actually would have felt that he didn't do a lot wrong yesterday in the semi-final. Again, great passing from Chinese Taipei. Sets everything up. Their game can tick when the pass is good. And welcome to the game, Hong Min. Will play a few different positions. Hong Min, he'll play as an outside and as a middle as well. And that's the first block of the game. One-on-one in there. And Hong Min. Starting to affect the confidence of his opposition. Routine stuff. This time it's Greece who can manage to get the perfect pass in front of Stivichatis. Makes life very, very cruisy when the pass is on point. Petraeus, the middleman, who killed the previous point, now has his chance to influence the game from the baseline. Djudric with an excellent bit of defense. Chance, but three in the block from Chinese Taipei, and they did not get many blocks yesterday against Germany. But they are lighting up the stage here with 2 and 3 points. It's a good finish this time. Hong Min is on the outside. Hong Che is in the middle. They're just rotating around a little bit here, changing positions. And that one's long as well. He's having a cheeky call there, Koumentakis, but no complaints. No hotspot available, but that one was long for everyone to see. Technical timeout, Chinese Taipei that have started a lot better than they finished yesterday. Mantakis. Trying to swing that one down the seam of the court, but missing out. It's quite a straight approach. Mantakis, meaning if that ball drops inside him, it's hard to keep control. Chinese Taipei are out very early and they are ready to go. That means that they have a happy coach on the side in serve and so. Overpass, but there's a block in there as well, and there's a big stare to back it up from Andradis. Overpass was a good decision. It's a good decision to go after it, try and feast on it, but there was a Greek wall waiting. Chinese Taipei. Quick play to the outside again. They get two in the block though, Greece, and there's a chance to draw even. Here it goes to Judrich, but he is closed down, and more celebrations. Sinchun this time. One-on-one. Your money would always be on Mitras Judrich in that situation, but not that time. Hands-on hit stuff for Chinese Taipei as they don't quite understand how that one got past them. Play drifting to the right side of the court. Boca really nowhere near that one. Ball goes high to the outside and it's a little scruffy here, but chance for Judrich to get his own back. And this time he does sneak one into the sideline. And now the errors are creeping in from Chinese Taipei. Something we saw yesterday. Too many spiking errors. This time it's the danger man, Son. Body's not going through that one. Always jumping away from the path of the ball. Mantakis fires wide as well. Interesting period of the game this, because it was very much the Chinese Taipei that started with a lot of fire and a lot of energy, but consistency has gone a little bit, and that's a missed serve. And it's just the small things like that that's going to disrupt rhythm, and it's going to stop momentum building in the camp. We saw from Slovenia yesterday, they really did serve well, and they were relentless in their pursuit of scoring with the ball in hand. Good quick play though, good reply. Wang Chin. He's fast, he's high, he's in the air when the setter is setting the ball. Too quick for Greece. Play a lot on this first tempo, the Chinese Taipei. What happens when you're a smaller side? I mean, there's nobody in this side who's over 2 meters tall. Tallest player in the team is that man Chin at 1.96 m, so that's around about 6'5". But in today's game, you've got players like this man in your picture, Mitar Juric, at 2'11". That's a completely different airspace that these teams are really playing in. So that's why they'll play a different kind of game. That's why that man in your picture, Serkan, so will want to play as quick as he can. Even from the pass, they want to try and speed this game up. Chinese Taipei, 3 in the block. Chance to make a point though. Oh! Uh-oh. Don't see that very often. Yeah, Hong Che not connecting with his setter here. One of the smaller middle players you'll see at 1.89 m. just means that when they're off the net and the setter's trying to find the middle, it's difficult when you have such a small middle man to find them when the ball's off of the net. It makes the task very difficult. More errors. This is not the finest part of the Chinese Taipei set so far, but they can dig deep. Again, another fast pass, goes to the opposite. They need this point really, Chinese Taipei. They can't afford to go 3 down here, but they do. Kumentakis just thunders one off the block and out of play. It's a good set out wide, it's fast, always in front, at a good height. Kumentakis can just unload on that one. Timeout for the Chinese Taipei, and they are back in struggle city. Bragos, first Greek player coming back onto the court. This has been a dream run for the Chinese Taipei. Operating in their first ever World League campaign. Greece, they came back into the World League after a 10-year absence last year. They are very happy with their result in this competition. Not quite back to the heights of a bronze in the European Champs in 1987, but it's a good start. The pass is good, so the middle from Greece. Petraeus takes the block. It's in such a good area that Stivichatis can just speed that game up, and Greece are back in control here at 16-13.
Und wer heute das erste Mal hier in der Frauenwelt ist am Wochenende, da reißt die Klatschpappe jetzt mal nach oben.
最后一场的笑容多一点啊，真的没关系，打得怎么样都可以。开心一点就好，加油！加油！预备！
Okay, ball's in such a good spot. Stivichatis can just run his offense very easily from that position. Fans are in here in Frankfurt. Chinese Taipei have a few fans of their own. They're well supported. First time out taken from Chinese Taipei. They'll have another one left in their locker should they need it a little bit later on, but touch off the block. Chinese Taipei must lose quite a lot of energy and weight in just celebrations. Dudrich finds the gap between 1 and 6. He's high at 2'11". As we said before, he's in just a different airspace. If that ball is high there, he is going over the top. He's left really with no block at all. Big, heavy hand. Goes right the way through it. 17-14, need one here, Chinese Taipei. They can't take one either. Garas. Oh, and that's a big body blow. Lin Young-sun has almost been dismantled there by Greece. sure he'll take it on the chin and get back to work. At that point, just about gives a pretty good evaluation of where we are in this set. It's one-way traffic now after a good start from Chinese Taipei.
不管怎样，笑容多一点啊！太疯了，太疯了，都没差。最后一场了，加油啊！加油！1、3，嘿！
As we take another look, Kurmentakis almost wiping out his opponent there. Sit down, say Greece, sorry. Ball just drifting away from the middle. It's a good attack from the Chinese Taipei, but Greece are defending delightfully well here. Kurmentakis this time doesn't take out the libero. More outstanding defense, this time from Stivachatis. And that persistence in defense from Greece pays off, and they take the point. Some heart, some desire. And just grinding away there. That's an unbelievable pickup, full stretch, right arm of Frekos. And Mitar Djudjic is taking this first set away from Chinese Taipei. All face shots of their own. Hong Che through the middle. Nothing Gareth can do about that. Stood up trying to take the hard hit. A little bit too fast and a little bit too heavy for the libero. Gareth is back to form though, and that's a heavy, heavy tip. Kurmentakis almost just demonstrates how high he is there above the block of the Chinese Taipei. Doesn't have to go through anything, he just goes straight over the top. Phenomenal set. There has been a change of the setter that I missed. That's Taizu Shen who's come in. Something we've seen yesterday for Wang Pei-hung. Some way to find middle from almost below your eyes, just to flip it up. Just shows how important it is for this team to utilize the middle as much as they can. They're fighting the Chinese Taipei, but unfortunately it's not consistent enough again. More errors, looking for a touch though. Does it go their way? Line judge says no, but the referee does say yes. Line judge in the bottom left of your screen said that there was no touch. And the line judge in the left corner here says there was. I think it was off the defender yet. Four will do it here for Greece. Djudjic again is just showing he had struggles yesterday against a much higher and more fearsome block. But the lack of physicality in the block of the Chinese Taipei is really making life a lot easier for Djudjic. That's a nice reply though. Djudjic again goes to town. It's exactly the same concept. He can hit steep, he can hit hard, and there's worry on the face. No surprise that he's the top scorer yet again, second, so 7 points already. But the reason being is you'll see that against a big physical block, players are going to have to try and hit the perimeter of the court. But here, Djudjic is so high, he can hit a lot steeper over the small block of Chinese Taipei, and it's not their fault, but maybe they need to put some more pressure on the serve, or try and serve to areas that's going to stop the physicality of Greece. Two to take the first set. Good passing. Petraeus on time. Saying earlier how important it is to be in the air when the ball's in the setter's hands. Too fast and then spikes the ball away from the block of Ongche. Set point for Greece. That one's almost under the net from Vargos. Need to find some momentum. Chinese Taipei need something to build from in the second set. And there you go, Greece take the first set. Koumentakos celebrating Petraeus. Petraeus had a good end to that set, killing a block. The Greek goal was to make the final four here for this World League. They said they had no pressure on them, so it doesn't look like there was a block. Looks like that ball was always travelling across the left side. Shen Sun ends up having to take that ball far too far to the left-hand side, and he loses his vertical reach. 25-19, Greece. It's been fairly easy, but the Chinese Taipei did start well here in Frankfurt, so it'll be interesting to see if they have a little bit more in the tank. Well, errors. Greece have made more, but again, that physicality in attack. Greece have scored 16 points at the net. Chinese Taipei's 9. That's the biggest difference. Scoring points in offense. And most of those come from Mitar Djudric, Greek number 2. As we see some highlights from what was one-way traffic in the first set. Fans in the crowd enjoying some post-set entertainment. The home fans getting ready for what will be a classic encounter later on between a very physically challenging Slovenian side against the German team who are rebuilding after not qualifying for 2012. We have a look at who comes back out. No surprise for Greece that Chatis is the setter. Garas, the libero, starts again. Fragos, Koumentakos, Andreidis, Djudric. Looks like the same 6 to me as Petraeus comes out for the libero. Chinese Taipei. You can see Shen Sun from my position. You can see the libero, Young Sun. Wang Pei-hong comes back in, the setter, being changed. Who was changed, sorry, by Zhu Shen. Oh, Lin. Hong Min just caught out in defense. I think you have to play defense in your hands in a position where you can see them. His arms are very low there. Defender. One basic rule of playing defense is to keep your hands where you can see them. Very slow. Great reactions though from the libero, young Sun. They're enjoying their volleyball here, Chinese Taipei, but yet to win a set. In this final four. Playing with a bit of physicality, that man again, Wang Minxin. To many was the best player for the Chinese Taipei yesterday. Chen Son. Well, now they've managed to get Greece a little bit out of system. Defending right on the baseline, taking the deep one. Again, they're not in rhythm here, Greece, so chance for Chinese Taipei. That ball goes ballooning out the back, but is there a touch? That's a question. No touch. Greece are starting to flip their lid again. They're a very emotional team, this Greek team. Wear their hearts well and truly on their sleeve. No net touch. More service pressure. Chen Sun. And now he makes two defensive plays in a row. He's serving and playing defense exceptionally well here, Chen Sun. Oh, and that's a brutal blow as well. Chinese Taipei are throwing everything at this, and they get rewarded. Is there a touch? No, there's not. My mistake. Clap of the hands and a little bit of miserable body language from Ming Xin, but actually they can take a lot of confidence. Some defense from the setter, the Chattis. Far away. Again, losing. It's vertical in the air. Oh, saw that one coming, Greece, didn't they? Trying to play a little bit of cat and mouse, the Chinese Taipei, running the short reverse. But the vision of the middle and the wing spiker, too good. Try and run that short reverse ball again to try and make it more difficult for the blocker to get out to four. Goodrich sticks his tongue out, feeling a little bit tired. He's just come back from injury. Chinese Taipei, they're 3 down here, but the standard of their volleyball has increased in this second set. They're starting to be aggressive. You can see that they're running the middle behind because they want to get the ball to the outside for Hong Min. You see again, makes it difficult for Petraeus to get out and block. He's a happier man today. Sotris, Rikas. Overpass should be easy. They go on 2 here, Greece. Oh, but there's 2 in the block. They try and be sly and sneaky, almost like you would see in the beach game. But all that's waiting for Greece is Wang Min Xin to make the block. They are digging balls here. Sometimes hard to keep up with this Chinese Taipei team. Sometimes Chen Sun is defending at position 6. Sometimes he's at 5. Sometimes Hong Che is playing in the middle. Sometimes he's on the outside. Play a very funky game, this team. Have their own brand of volleyball. Very, very random, very varied. Options from Young Sun, very good. And that's very quick play. Too fast for Greece. And this is when the motor starts turning over from the Chinese Taipei. They play so quick. You'll see the approach of Chen Sun has really started early there. Everything almost on the first tempo. Oh, they're struggling here, Greece. Again, more physical. Fragas spiking down and off the block. Huge. That quick ball behind working. Didn't work the previous time, did it? But this time, Hong Che is fast. He's high and he snaps the ball back. Andreadis nowhere to be seen. The Greek middle blocker beats him for pace. Credit has to go to Tae Hung, the setter, as well. Oh, no one in the block this time, but the ball getting caught inside of Djudric. Frustrating, really, because the setter did his job, just didn't get the ball wide enough. It was the right option. He almost had a free net there. The newly signed Verona man, who's signing with the Slovenian coach, Andrea Gianni. Interesting concept yesterday. And Slovenia beat Greece, and that's a very nice sharp angle. Although Chen Sun is off defending it, Young Sun is trying to play defense. He's found the gap.
Δεν έχει παίξει καθόλου τον Ανδρέο. Δεν έχει παίξει. Αν τον παίξει όμως το βλέπω θα είναι διαγώνια. Οκ. Να θυμάστε θέλουμε να πηγαίνει κεντρικών ένα και στο τελεί πάρα στο διπλό. Βάζουν παίξει στη γωνία, κάνε ένα στο 8.
Shaky pass from Chinese Taipei. Puzzled looks from one Tae Hung, the setter, as well. Similar to yesterday, not really passing with their platform to the target and holding the angle of their platform, sort of jolting the pass up. Makes it so difficult for this Chinese Taipei side when they're out of system. And they only have one option to throw the ball to 4 when you're spiking at the height of only 320. But the block against you is up in the 360s, 335s. It's a very difficult change again. Looks like a similar change from the first set. Certainly as Tai Zhu comes in for one Tae Hung. If he can make a difference, because they need a side out here. And they find it, a good link from the setter in the opposite. Again, everything is so quick, but because it has to be. Doesn't get any higher than the antenna. Not giving much time for the Greek blockers to get out and block. Well, nice combination from Greece. Middleman goes really wide on a shoot ball. Also on a very quick tempo is the wing spiker. Middleman commits to the middleman. One-on-one on the outside. Kumentakis scores and now serves. That has gone out of play. Starting to find the form that we saw yesterday, Ming Shin. So an absolutely demolished one through the block. This time, he quite happily goes back to the angle. And there's a little bit of sloppiness from Greece. Judrich has to realise that that ball's not in the slot. He could probably still do something with it, though, surely. Just tries to dolly drop one over the block. Another chance, though, for Greece to side out. Still in charge. Fragos. This time goes back to what has been routine throughout this game. Being physical, going through the Chinese Taipei. More quick reverses. This is something that's working delightfully well. The Chinese Taipei running that fast reverse. This time, Wang Xin just toying with Greece before destroying them. Kumentakis puts in a great pass. Vargas. Oh, nice one-handed set from Chinese Taipei, but it might not be enough to win them the point. A little bit of flair coming out. Tai Yushen, difficult to control the ball with one hand and try and get your wrist going towards the target, which is the fingertips, wasn't it? Yushen plays his volleyball, the setter for electric power in Taiwan. Oh, nice play again, using the middle well here, and I think that could be the difference. This setter, Tai Shen, always tries to find the middle. Wang Xin is proving to be an asset here, whether he's running on the reverse, whether he's hitting a shoot, staying in front. Asset for this team. Well, they try and do the same there, Greece, but this time they miss out. So it's turning into being one of the strongest times of the game. Use the middle again, Greece, but they're stopped. This time in the block, 3 in the block for Chinese Taipei, and another kill block. They are starting to heat up here. Wang Qingdong in the block, causing mischief. The Chinese Taipei. We are back to all square here. And Drikos tells his team to have a little sit down.
Παιδιά, θέλει κυρίως υπομονή από εμάς στο side out. Το break point που πάμε καλά θα πάρουμε κι άλλα. Θέλει υπομονή στον άμας υπομονητική εκεί πέρα, εντάξει. Τα πρώτα να δώσουν να έχουμε απόλυτη ακρίβεια. Και γρήγορος να πηλείς κεντρικός. Έλα. Πάμε ρε.
3 in the block from the Chinese Taipei is good enough to take this one. Not the biggest blocking team, but they all stack up next to each other. And look how much it means to them. No gaps in that block. They might not be the biggest, but they are leaving nowhere for Greece to utilise the space. No middle this time for Greece, but it's a soft shot, but that's excellent defense. Chen Sun all over that. They can only recycle the ball though, Chinese Taipei, so it goes out to Judrich. More blocking and more celebrations. Wang Qinfeng. Well, he's one of the biggest players on this Chinese Taipei side, and he's been sent out to position 4 to do a job, I think, on that channel, positions 2 and 1. Qinfeng stays there again. Coach Second, so doing a little bit of problem solving, trying to match up his bigger blockers with the opposition spikers. This one is trickling along nicely. There's a man with confidence. Wang Qinfeng not only showing his physicality, also hammering the ball in offense. That reach of 3, 4, 5 is certainly high enough to compete out there. And now they're finding defensive plays. Yang Sun stays low, stays still, and then makes a desperate dive for the dig. Look at that, off the wrist. Fortunately, he can't create an angle to keep the ball in play, but very difficult for a team, even winning, if the opposition are proving hard to break down. Should be a point here for Greece. So no, there is a touch on the block. It's not the biggest block from Chinese Taipei, but they do keep the ball alive. Second chance now on the outside, and the tip is good. This man is seeing a lot of success here. Qinfeng. We saw physicality last time, now we see him come in, slow down the arm, takes it very high though. Tips the ball into the empty center of the court. Technical timeout. Chinese Taipei are just wriggling away here, playing with a lot of heart. We have a look at Wang Qinfeng, who actually this period of the game has belonged to him. 2 blocks, 2 kills in quick succession. Vargas playing some good defense of his own, but they defended the hard spike well, Greece, but the tip was too much. This amateur side is on Chen Sun and Wang Pei Hung are the only players in the team to play professional volleyball here. The rest are all amateur leagues, but they are firing here. More fast reverse plays. Hong Che this time, we've seen it from Wang Qinfeng. Sorry, from Wang Qin, but now we see it from the other middleman, Hang Che. Different story to the first set. That's a little bit similar though. Greece know that the block reach of Tai Zhu-Shen is only 3 meters 10. Kumantakis has been a little bit quieter in this set. His spike reach goes well over the top of the block. Just a bit of a mismatch on the outside. Greece. Oh, that's a big play from Dudrich. to bring scores level, and now he's getting told off for having a look through the nets and communicating. Now he's having a point. Naughty boy, Mr. Dudrich. Now he has a smile as well. You're not allowed to celebrate in the face of the opposition in volleyball, so you have to turn away and have your back into court. Dudrich almost getting penalised there for getting a little bit too fired up. Just shows that Chinese Taipei are pushing all the right buttons here for Greece. Joust at the net is won by Andreas. Oh, and now the Chinese Taipei flirt with having a little bit of a celebration back in the face of Greece. Wang Lingxin has come back to the front court. I think maybe he's, taken off from the back court from position 1. The 10 attack working well. The Chinese Taipei, we are getting a little bit leery here in Frankfurt. Greece been giving it all the talk, but now they're struggling for points yet again. Need one though. And there you go, this time Dudrich does celebrate, but the point's gone against him. Net touch, hands up. Set was a little bit close to the net potentially. Yeah, on the follow through. Doesn't own up to that though, does he? No trust Dudrich. Dudrich again from the left and shut down from the smaller blockers from Chinese Taipei, and then what a miraculous recovery that is. Third chance for Dudrich, everything's going to him, but again, Tai Zhu-Shen from nowhere just pops up late and gets the block. Big celebrations from Greece, but the cheers are surely for the Chinese Taipei, who are battling for everything here. Hang Che with the defense. But really, Tai Zhu-Shen blocking position 2. The Chinese Taipei, outstanding on someone who's probably almost double his height. Backup serve is only into the net though. Quick to the outside, nice. This man is going over the top. I think we can have a better view of it this time, but Brakos, again, one-on-one, knows exactly where the space is. Can Chinese Taipei keep this level of consistency up? It's a very competitive game. Tomahawk defense from Greece goes back to the outside. Starting to make lots of bigs. Can't kill the ball, but they can put the opposition under pressure there. So they're going to have a second chance due to that good work earlier in the rally. And the middleman again, Wang Chin. Good demonstration there of building through a rally from Chinese Taipei. First time they dump the ball on the setter, and then they can rebuild, much to the delight of their fans. That's a timeout from Greece.
Απειλές και να βάλουμε λίγο παραπάνω παιχνίδια από τα πληρώνει 6 να στέλνει να πάρετε μπάλες. Εντάξει, αυτά δύο πράγματα είναι. Αλλά οι απειλές να γίνουν καλά, πάνε πιο γρήγορα. Και να γίνουν αυτό, πρέπει να δοκιμάσουμε πιο δική. Μπάλες δεν σηκώνται καθόλου. Μεγάλη μπάλα, μεγάλη τροχιάλιγα. Παίρνουμε ανέσω, θα
Very much the aim of the Chinese Taipei to improve throughout this competition. And over this weekend, they are getting better and better, and they are rising here. No surprise to see that they have their fans in the stand. Good serving again from Shen Sun. Judrich shut down. Hands on the head stuff. Wang Chin-thong again clamping down on the Greece opposite player. He's up early, he's high, he's one-on-one, and that's the danger man from Greece that is repeatedly getting blocked out by the much smaller opposition. He's in quite early there, Judrich. Sacrifices some height, and there's an ace. No, it's been kept alive. Divrachis with some unbelievable defense, but it's not enough to win the point. And the Chinese Taipei are now firmly favourites for this second set. The net ban tickler enough to cause destruction on the Greek side of the net. And then they have a free ball to do whatever they like with it. Judrich, surely there's a touch off the block that time. Yes, there is. Can't go round it, tries to go through it and off it. Gets some success now. Oh, here's a interesting thought. That one could definitely take a touch, by the way. No complaints there. Mitar Juric is a weapon here, and he needs to use his armory right now. Oh, but he served underneath the net. Uh-oh, Greece. There's a sign of pressure. He's been blocked out a couple of times, struggling for momentum. And that doesn't happen at this level very often. It's not underneath the net, it's field goal to the outside. Oh dear, Greece. Up and down like a yo-yo here in Frankfurt today. Chinese Taipei, though, are getting better. Humantakis. And two missed serves in a row seals the fate of Greece there. Chinese Taipei had too much heart and too much fight between them. Greece, well, they went to sleep. 25-19, Greece win the first, but Chinese Taipei come back in emphatic fashion to take the second, 25-22. It was a set, so they were actually behind for quite a long duration of that one. Set two statistics. A lot of errors from Greece there, 8. The Chinese Taipei only made 3 errors. That's their best set of this weekend by some distance. And one stat where Chinese Taipei usually don't score as high as the opposition is in the blocks, but they're matching their opposition in that category as well. We look at some highlights from a game that is fastly turning into the most competitive one of the whole weekend. Here we go, set 3. Greece. Blowing hot and cold. Chinese Taipei getting warmer and warmer here. He'll be a happy man, Serkon So. Same animated figure of Drikas, the head coach of Greece, just might see his blood pressure boil a little bit here. Keep rising. Can that man in your picture, Mitras Juric, heat up again, gets a hug from his teammates. Change of setter by the looks of it. Tussis comes in for Greece. Can you imagine for Savakis? It's the man in your picture, substitution. That's interesting. He's obviously realising they need a change. Experienced man now at 37 years old. Pass is good. The serve's too easy. It's bang in the middle of the court. Chen Sun manages to do a little bit of DIY. Middleman goes wide, opens up a gap between the two blockers. Easy pickings. No surprise to see that Taizu Shen, the setter, the second setter for Chinese Taipei, keeps his spot in the side. No closure on that block. Form your hands and force them in the spiker's face and really finish. No finish means no points. A little bit net band joy for Greece this time, but good reactions from Taipei. And then they go wiping off the block. Out's the call. The referee gives it as a touch off the block, so it does end up going. Well, this is going to be interesting. Definitely a wipe off the block, but the question is did it hit the aerial before? And Greece is still having a little moan, but the point goes the way of Chinese Taipei. And Chen Sun, goofy toss, jump serve. Another whippet of an arm, fast arm. Like everything this team do as quick as they possibly can. 2 in the block for Greece. Loading out to the outside again. And it's almost like going into a school playground when you see the Chinese Taipei win a point, all running around and buzzing around with each other. Wang Chin Tong. He's been on pretty good form, hasn't he, throughout this game? Some boos trying to put Chen Sun off in the crowd, but good, they are finding their service pressure. Nice setting from the experienced Perziz. Middle's completely on time, takes the block, uses the pipe. Something to be said, isn't there, for using the pipe when the pass is perfect. Chances, more often than not, that the middleman is going to take the blocker out of the game. Bump setting, big setting, sorry, from Judrich. And then there is a Chinese Taipei 3-man more waiting. Kumantakis on the pipe. Not had as good a game as he had yesterday, Kumantakis. Been stopped out a few times. Judrich again is shut down. But somehow it won't give him that much confidence. He takes the point. He's happy enough. More of the story is that he's still getting stopped. More occasions than he's not. The ball getting caught inside him again. Loses all his physicality and height. And the crowd is starting to get behind this Chinese Taipei side. Wang Jintong A bit of sweat on the floor. The surface dry. I think the question that everybody is asking here, can Chinese Taipei keep this level of consistency? It doesn't matter. When Frakos can't decide whether he wants to receive that overhand or underhand. Indecisive. Can't keep the ball alive. Saltis is in again, the wing spiker. He's actually heading to Friedrichshafen next year to play his volleyball, the Greek outside player. Serving next, going up with the German coach, Vital Heinen. Oh, that's a very nice play from Chinese Taipei. A slide, a reverse set across the front of the net, making it very difficult for the block. You can see here, always chasing and drifting on the block, never able to form. Andradis, they are playing with a little bit of swagger, Chinese Taipei here. They want to go out on a good note. Remember, we said they wanted to keep improving and getting better and better throughout. Getting pinned their young son, but the crowd are so behind this Chinese Taipei team. Saltis trying to keep his side going, trying to keep them motivated. Doesn't quite get his body around the ball there, the setter, but the middleman does do his job. Brought a little bit of authority to the side here. Treyas upping his service game. Confusion. Saltis is unhappy. Greece are crowding around the referee. Goodrich is the only one who can talk to referees. He's the captain. The serve was well long. I don't know if that was what's being questioned. Chinese Taipei go into the technical timeout with a 1-point lead. The coach is trying problem solving. It's funny, isn't it? It looks like Greece wants to They're still one down here. Certainly a long way to go. Garas Libero being quite quiet as of late, hasn't had much to do. Really tough for a libero when they're not in the game to try and stay focused and keep their mind on the task. Commanding the middle though, Garas. Che with the serve out of system again, Greece, but somehow they go through the block. Potentially not finishing the block there. Chinese Taipei not. Yeah, the inside hand not pushing over the net. The left hand of the middle blocker. An interesting phase of this game to see who gets the next technical timeout in front. physical man, Min Shin. 27-year-old now. And his volleyball for Electric Power, one of the main teams in Chinese Taipei. Coaching team told me earlier on in the week that their serve reception was the key to everything, because then they can run their fast game. Or even when they do run their fast game, there could be a big Greek bully in the way. That's Pimentakis and Andreas teaming up. Good ball toss. Slightly slower arm though. Chance. It's an inside set from Taipei. It's enough not to kill the point, but actually to put enough pressure on the team. Great set to try and find the middle from there, but he is stuffed out. Andreas is putting his foot down here in the last 2 points for Greece. It's a really tough set to try and find the middle when the ball's coming across your left side, and then try and put the ball in the path of the spiker. Bombs from the baseline again. Reverse set this time, more blocking from Greece, but frustration for Andreas because this time he doesn't get his own way. He doesn't get the kill block. More middle play. Andreas has really taken this into his own hands. Blocking, now spiking. That's Garas doing his job very well. Driving low to his left-hand side. Does manage to hold an angle in his pass and keep his arms out straight and guide the ball into the setter. Hung Sun doesn't manage to do that. He's moving all over the place. No balance in his pass. A bit scrappy from Dudrich, trying to kill the ball early in the rally as he can. Scrappy stuff, this. Greece can only just try and dump the ball on the setter, but the setter's in early. Chance for Taipei to draw level. And there you have it. Multiple opportunities for Greece to score. If you don't take those opportunities, especially your main man, Dudrich, Chinese Taipei are going to take you all the way. On the turn, not this time though. Smiles though, they're enjoying themselves out here, the Chinese Taipei. Chin Chin on the run. That's outstanding setting from Zhu Shen. Quick feet, almost his quickest steps are his first two, and then he gets round the ball to spread the play back to his wing spiker. The easy option would have been to set the opposite player, but no. Goes to Ming Shin. He disposes of the point. Not the biggest blocking side here, but they are making plays. Oh, shrug of the shoulders. Tai Zhu Shen has a little bit of a sarcastic celebration. Just turns around, watches the ball hit the floor. Very deceiving. Very frustrating for Greece all the same. Dudrich. Oh, headshot. Might leave some damage on his opponent there. Yeah, a little tickle of the head. Probably a little bit sore. He's not a soft boy, is he, Dudrich? hits it potently. Hitting well off the net too. That's good cover from Dudrich though. Just about remembered to cover and got away with it. More errors though. Pimentakis is not firing on all cylinders here. Struggled to influence the game, struggled to impact in spiking. Too many errors. And I mean, the blocking side here of the Chinese Taipei. Wang Qingtong at 3-3-2. Well, the Greek block is everybody's in the 320s or 350 being the highest. With Judrich, he's the biggest player by a long way on the Greek team. Nice. Saltis just making life easy for Greece again when the pass is good. Greece really shouldn't have too much of an issue. Pimentakis does score on this occasion. Reverse play, strong, and how impressive has Wang and Xin been in the second two sets. Pimentakis again finds the hard cross-court spike. Just thrashes away at that. Again, we said how interesting this phase of the game would be to the first technical timeout. And actually they go to the technical timeout, one down, and Judrich, after really heating up in the first set and having everything his own way, since then himself and Greece have really struggled. That has just got smuggled through him. Sloppy stuff, eyes off the prize. Technical timeout in Chinese Taipei after being a slow starter in this one, are getting better and better and better. Maybe yesterday was just too much of an occasion against Germany. We didn't see the real side of Chinese Taipei. Have a look at nets going everywhere. Judrich not forming his block. Chinese Taipei are serving well, they're passing well, they're playing quick, and they are being as physical as they possibly can be hit. Pass, a little bit out of system. Curtis goes for the simple set to reverse, and in. That's phenomenal ball control from the 37-year-old. Even myself here, it looked like he was going to set to the outside, but then put his wrists underneath the ball and just flip his hands back, thumbs to his target. I think even Wang Qingtong was taken a little bit by surprise there and was looking to shuffle his way to defend position 4. Good passing from Young Sun, the libero under all types of pressure there. And they have gone right for the snake's head, Chinese Taipei. They are taking on Judrich here. Chen Sun has a little jog around the centre court here before going back to serving. His serving has been Very effective, this jump serve. Goofy toss, goes through the ball. Rockets from Chinese Taipei. Judrich does score a point, does crack a small smile. The difference is when that ball can get across onto his right shoulder, he's too high for Chinese Taipei, but every time that ball just drops inside him, that height advantage he's got goes. Passing's good again from Young Sun. Action's good from Judrich again. Oh, more flair from the Greek setter. Almost faces the opposite player and then flips a reverse set out to 4. Protopsaltis. Puts the ball away. Timeout, Chinese Taipei. This game has just swung around once again. Block slow, not formed. Protopsaltis makes it look easy. Need to get somewhere near the net there, Chinese Taipei. They're a good 6 inches off. Your hands won't go over the net if you're slow and your arms are reaching straight up. Chance, quick play on the outside, and that's a huge angle. Wang Chin Thong sees the gap on the inside. He's one-on-one on the outside against Judrich. Judrich takes the line. Thong takes the angle. Well read in defense, that from Chinese Taipei. Set is far too tight. Everybody's looking at each other. Nobody wants to really take accountability there for Greece. It's a look of blame in the eyes of Athanasios Protopsaltis. Oh, not more netband aces for Chinese Taipei. More blocks though, but it's blocked out. Performance has been blowing hot and cold. Nothing cold about that though. That's an outstanding swing. It's not really your run-of-the-mill situation in volleyball. That's ball's quite straight. Set's just popped up and deep angle is a winner. And the wing spikers, Chinese Taipei, have really outplayed their Greek opponents. Timeout for Greece. They've snuck in front. Now they find themselves one behind, and this is very similar to the previous set. Communicated. Thumbs up from the ball boy. In for a treat here, the local spectators. It's been a fascinating one, this game. Looked like Greece in the first set. We're going to run away with it. Young Sun just casually taking that one in defense, and it's put away from Wang Min Shin. We've seen him score on the left, we've seen him score on the right. Going through the block, you have to stay disciplined in your blocking line and your finish. Another timeout called from Greece, 2 and 2 points. Really trying to break Chinese Taipei force throughout the end of this set. Phase of the game, only 1 point, and that point went to Chinese Taipei. You see how much it means to their fans here. Remember, they just entered the World League to see how they would get on against better opposition and to get better and better throughout the tournament. And here they are, battling away to upset Greece and take a bronze. Wow. Do some damage for the Berry there if he wants to not slide across the floor, he wants to just jump on it. Young son. Trying to use the pancake. Good change of the arm speed there, I think, from Judrich, meaning the block was up really early. Stealing the show. Wang Qinglong loves hitting off his body. Hitting steep and hard to change. Wang Ming comes in. Jump float service, crazy contact, proper saltus. Far too close to their net, but somehow this setter gets them out of trouble. Hugs all around there for Greece because they were flirting with danger. Petraeus. Ball in hand now, and he needs to find something here for Greece. Tight pass this time from Chinese Taipei. Should be Greek point here. Judrich does score to bring Greece level. Standing up to be counted when they need him. Battle at the net in the block. Timeout for Chinese. Very quiet, trying to keep the calm. Sometimes the situations bring enough intensity within this sport. Coming off some time and stretching does the team some good. Judrich, again, too high. Gets his feet pointing towards the middle of the court and just as aggressive, big, heavy-handed body going through it. Smiles. Battling away, big point this one. Net touch against someone, it's against Greece. They're having a little look around, they're puzzled. Andreidis is the man who's puzzled. It looks like Koumentakis was potentially the culprit here. It definitely wasn't Koumentakis. It was a huge net touch. So it was definitely against Koumentakis. I thought it was against Andreidis. Bulging through the net. More boos from the Greek fans in the crowd, but will it be enough? Errors from Koumentakis, that's a net touch, followed by a spiking her hands on head's time. Desperation here from Greece. The first referee puts his hands up to say, hey, pipe down, I have the best view in the house. Uh-oh. Greece are not letting this go. Net touch was the call, possibly against the blocker, and that could be the issue here. Yellow card, I think, for the coach. Grikos, again, as we said earlier, he wears his heart on his sleeve. Set point, Chinese Taipei. Devastating for Greece. When they've needed to convert points, they've struggled. Oh, what a rocket that is. I wouldn't want to be in a position to have to pass that one, if I'm honest. Judaric has to do his best bit of tap dancing to get out of the way. Second set point. Need a block or a defense or an ace here, Greece. Desperately. The chase is on. They are going to have a chance. Kuman tackles on the outside. They go to Judaric on the opposite, who hits the sharpest, heaviest angle of the day. Petraeus is almost putting an eighth man on the court there for Greece. No surprise they go to their big opposite when they need a point. 2 in a row for Greece at the biggest time. Can they turn the tables here? Terzis with the serve, and the side out is good from the Chinese Taipei. Third set point. He's quite high up the court there, Protopsautis. Gets one on the chin. Chinned by the Chinese Taipei. Nice setting on the dive from Terzis. That's excellent. The ball's always traveling away from him. He can't get his feet around the ball, so he has to track that ball very well. Just here, falling to the floor as he does set it. Young Sun. Nowhere near it. Can Greece get back into? That's a big serve at a big time, but the pass, the reception's outstanding, but there's 2 in the block for Greece. And that is one of the biggest kill blocks. Protopsautis and Andreas team up to give Greece their first set point of this third set. We are well in overtime here, and Greece have just come back from nowhere. They fired up the furnace. Chinese Taipei need a point. Reactions from Young Sun are good. Here we go. First swing for the set. Taken from Juric. They just kept hanging in there, and you can see from the celebrations how much that means to Greece. Has the stuffing been knocked out of the Chinese Taipei? Exciting stuff here in Frankfurt. Might be 37. Terzis still as fired up as ever. 27-25. Greece sneak it after the Chinese Taipei had 3 set points. They're 24-22 up through that one. I mean, Greece came very, very good. More attacks from Greece. More blocks as well. Nothing between them there is there, let's be honest. If you want to join that conversation at FIVB Volleyball, what do you think? Where do you think this final set is going to go? So not final set, fourth set, my mistake. So we see some highlights from a game that is for bronze in this World League group, but potentially the most exciting one we've had all weekend. crowd are being well entertained here in Frankfurt. The third game of the weekend, the bronze medal match. Fiercely competitive. Chinese Taipei are throwing everything at this game, and they just fell a little bit short at the last hurdle. 2 set points in the third set, not taken. Greece, on the other hand, did take theirs. How much gas the Chinese Taipei got left in the tank? And they send this to a tiebreaker set. Judrich. How much can he influence this fourth set? Came good when his team needed him, didn't he? Judrich obviously does start. Tersis starts again as the setter. Garrison Libero. Protop Saltis is back in there as well. Andreadis. Same as we finished for Greece. Andreadis takes the first one. Wang Xin. 13 is been impressive today. You can see Wang Xin Hong, Libero Young Sun, the setter Tai Zushen. Looks the same as well from the Chinese Taipei. It's just the setters have changed since that first point. What a recovery that one is. Chance again, well in sync. There should be a Taipei point, but no. Protop Saltis is all over that one in the block as well. Third time lucky. Maybe it's a quick ball to the outside, so you can only tip the ball. Judrich, standing roll from the libero who can't jump and play the ball over. Finally, Greece do take the point. Shoots, causing some chaos in the Chinese Taipei camp. Way out of town, Koumentakis on that occasion, but somehow plants his feet to the left side of the ball. Way out of town, isn't he? Maybe could have read that one a little bit earlier in the defense. Wang Minxin. Bullets from the baseline again from Greece, but the reply is strong from the Chinese Taipei. Thumb up. Honesty from Andreadis in the block. Setter doing everything to try and get his hitters one-on-one on the outside. Trying to keep the middle blocker on one side, stack the play, and then go the opposite way. Oh, casual as you like from Young Sun. Just stands up and flips an arm out and takes the dig. And again, 2 in a row from the libero. How casual do you want to be, sir? They don't take the point. There's a lift given, but Young Sun... Maybe they do take the point, actually. I thought it was a lift. No, they don't. Sorry, my mistake. Look, first time, just stood up, maybe waiting for a decision to happen. Just standing, taking it easy, popping arms out and digging balls. He does pass the ball on point as well. It's a low, quick set. More play using the block to the advantage of the Chinese Taipei. Their own from Greece. And man always running away from the setter, drawing the ball back to position 1, 5-2. Goodrich. Oh, another one that's really rash. Saw that in the first set, didn't we, where we saw Goodrich's serve go between the net and the post in the opening. Good disguise from Terzic, playing on 2. Quick play, catching Garas off guard, tries to shift his position around, but this one's always travelling away from a quick set, and the middleman is just charging in on the angle. Everything's going that way. Greece on their last chance saloon. Errors? No, there might be a touch. Let's have a look at. We know the ball does land in. And then Takos. Thudding blow. Just exploits the space. In the defense, Chinese Taipei. Difficult to receive that. Jumps herself straight down the line. Scrappy, undisciplined stuff from Greece, and that's why the most experienced man on court, Terzic, is just looking around and say, hey, it's probably not good enough. No cover. Look, 1, 2, 3 Greek players just standing and watching, spectators, being passengers out there. One of the 2 twins in this lineup with Hongmin, both making influences out there this weekend. Greece go to the technical timeout. And they are in charge here early on, but Chinese Taipei will know that they can cause problems by now, and also that Greece are a little inconsistent in 2 or 3 areas of this game, serving and spiking.
Schön, dass Sie dieses Match Ihres Heimatland-Teams anschauen. Schön, dass Sie da sind. Mila, da haben Sie Ihre
Taking control in the pass there very well. Saltis. You can see it means just as much to the passer sometimes as it does the spiker to win the point. Took responsibility, shuffled in front of his teammate, received the ball overhand. Nice stuff. More fast play. Looking for the decision, Greece, but not given. Chen Sun. Change of setter again. 1K Hung is back on the court for Tai Zhu Shen. Garris gets the ball into a good area. Opposite spiker this time in the rotation. swinging on the outside, off the block and out of play. Can score 2 in a row there, Judrich, but not given. It goes to him again. Maybe a double touch. Referee goes to blow his whistle, but doesn't fancy actually making the call. Interesting. And maybe Chinese Taipei maybe get what they deserve off of that diving set that looked like it had a double contact. Again, in slightly too early. Be as high as you like, but if you're not hitting the ball at your highest possible point, you're never going to be as effective as you could be. Great passing from Garas. Matched in defense from Shen Sun, and there's a chase on here, but no good. Garas. Just keeping the ship steady for Greece. They love trying to use this middle, don't they, Chinese Taipei, especially early in the set to try and gain some momentum, but this is very much characteristic of the first set. And they're struggling to find consistency, really. Timeout called from Sir Konso because he knows that although his team fought hard in this one, maybe losing the second set in the fashion that they did has had an effect in the third. Greece are running away with this third set, and the hopes of the Chinese Taipei are going with them. Some big fans in the crowd. Not a happy face, though. It might get better. Chinese Taipei are certainly hoping so. That is much better. Middle charging in, the pipe attack just behind it. They're a spirited side, this Chinese Taipei nation, but what have they got left? Again, proving struggles when the ball is not in the right spot. He gets set a lot of balls, Judrich, and could be running out of gas here. He's just come back from injury as well, so fitness potentially isn't where it needs to be. Oh, but that, no respect from the opposite. Knew exactly what was coming. As a defending side, you sort of know that when there's a free ball, it's either going to go to 2 or to 1 towards the setter. Judrich is just ready to pounce on his prey. Look at that. Don't patronise me, says the big man. 25 points today for a player who gets set usually about 50% of the balls for Greece. There's a block as well. And just all these little points are just adding up here. Chinese Taipei are falling behind very quickly.
Number 2, Yu Hong Che.
No defending that one for Greece. More running around. They must run the best part of 10 kilometers, this Chinese Taipei team, in celebration. Wang Qinfeng takes out his opposition. One of the most physical assets of this Chinese Taipei side all day, all weekend. That one sneaks in front of the baseline. That last meter of court is so important in this game. It's either you're going to score like Greece did there, or even if there is a block there, it gives you the best possible chance to get off the hands. Again, trying to utilize the fact that Greece have a short setter at position 2. Sorry, short blocker. The setter is blocking, so they're trying to utilize that mismatch the best they can. You'll see that teams will sometimes look to utilize and play over the top of the smallest block. We know Greece by now that they do blow hot and cold. There is a chance for this Chinese Taipei side. Battling away here, both teams. Joust is at the net, but who did that come off? I think there's some indecision here from the referee. Gives the point to Greece, and I think if he didn't give the point to Greece on that occasion, Greece would have taken the roof off of this building. For the ball to come back in the direction that it did, it must have taken a touch from the Chinese Taipei. Technical timeout. Chinese Taipei have battled hard, but now it's the last throw of the dice. It's the last opportunity to influence the game, surely. Greece have had it all their own way in this one, just like the first set. Just have to wait for the referee's whistle to make the entrance back onto the court. The rest has done Chinese Taipei well. It's that man again, Ming Xin. It's well from the left and from the right. Ming Xin, top point scorer so far this evening. Shen Song again demonstrating that this team are not going to go without a fight here. Outrageous defense, low into the right-hand side, and the ball does get popped up in transition. Just trying to swing at that one as hard as he possibly can. Shensun. Need this, Chinese Taipei. Oh, one-handed swat by Protasautis. Second chance, slide attack from the outside, but it's out of the hitting window, so they can only tip. Greece to put their foot down and open up that 5-point game again. Judric from Greece scored 19 points so far. That was at the end of the third set. Big scorers from Chinese Taipei is that man, Ming Shun. They're gonna need another 10% from their main man now. Time is running out. Chinese Taipei team have been full of spirit, full of heart, full of desire and full of character. But Greece have kept going and they've worn them down. Now they're running out of time. More defensive play. That's been a great substitution, hasn't it? Terzic coming in, the reserve setter. He has given just a little bit of a kick to his teammates, showing his own heart and desire. 6-point game now, and this one surely too far away. Substitutions, Chen Sun, who scored 19 points in the last qualification game for this Chinese Taipei team, makes his way out, and I'm sure Jimei Song comes in. More joy. Maybe not. This Greek team being told to go away. Saltis going to the second referee. All having a whinge and a whine. We're about to find out why. Going. Looking for the kill block here, surely, Greece. Okay, where did it come down? Interesting stuff. It was a big, big block from Greece. Didn't go their way. Chinese Taipei tick over to 14. Oh, off the shoulder. That would have left a mark. Defending very high, trying to take the steep one in there, but again, arms are really low in defense from Chinese Taipei, and it means that anything that's not in the bread basket is going to be a struggle to defend. Quick passing, it's nice setting quick and wide. Potentially a net touch, but I think the ball hit the floor first. One thing we know about this team is they are going to throw the kitchen sink at this. They're going to give it everything they've got, but they need service pressure, and they need to get digs and blocks, and that's not going to be good enough. Missing serves at 5 points down when you're on your last legs. Find a side out. Saltis trots back to his mark. Chinese Taipei accelerate once again. Can they up the service pressure here, the Chinese Taipei, because the opportunities are running out. They need blocks, they need defenses, they need something to unsettle this Greek team. No unsettling there, that's for sure. More missed serves. been an issue. Risk against reward. Both teams not always getting rewarded for the amount of risks that they take. Have Chinese Taipei got anything left? Greece are just going through them at the moment. Physicality, they've got their own confidence back. After struggling through the second and losing it and then just nicking the third, they have run away with this final set in a performance that I'm sure they'll be happy with. The opposite, two more wiping off the block. They are finding some more consistency, the Chinese Taipei, but it's too little too late, I'm sure. You want to try and keep the shoulders behind the ball when you're passing. It's very difficult to create an angle to your target when the ball has already gone past you. Drifting on the block. No finish from Greece. Point to the Chinese Taipei. Another missed serve means match point for Greece. Petrea serving for the game and for bronze in this World League. Group 3. Only their second World League campaign for 10 years. It looks like they're going to take a bronze here. To the opposite on the 10 attack, but the first swing for the game goes to Juric. Off the libero Young-Sun and out of play. Greece take bronze here in Frankfurt. And they were made to work as hard as they possibly could by a spirited Chinese Taipei side who will be happy with their campaign. Making the Final Four in their first season is a phenomenal achievement, but Greece were just too physical. Juric, well, he blew hot and cold, but today for Greece, he was hot far more than he was cold. Jae-Sun, the number 19, can be happy with his teams battling. I'm sure that the Chinese Taipei are only going to go from strength to strength here in World Volleyball. Sen Konso, the head coach, will be very proud of the effort and determination, as will coach Sorotios Drikos from Greece. Teams applaud the crowd, and that was one of the most entertaining games of the weekend. Greece take bronze here in Frankfurt, 25-19, 22-25, 27-25 and 25-18. Turning point must be in that third set, where the Chinese Taipei had two chances to go 2-1 up. They couldn't take it. Greece stole the set from their opponents and then charged away with the fourth. Greece take bronze. Chinese Taipei, many people's surprise package of this competition, take fourth. There's the match stats. More points for Greece, no surprise there, as they're the winners. More blocks as well, but more attacks. Put the ball on the floor more than their opposition. Physicality, well, that counted for a lot, but the Chinese Taipei, when they did pass and serve well, they caused Greece real problems. Greece take the bronze. It's between Germany and Slovenia for gold later on here in Frankfurt today. There's a lap of honor for the Chinese Taipei. It's the biggest occasion for them coming to the Final Four. They can be proud. An amateur league, amateur teams, a lot of pride. They're playing against nations with a bigger volleyball culture, but they have certainly held their own. They go home proud, taking a fourth in the World League. So 3-1, Greece beat the Chinese Taipei. And this evening, or a little bit later on, we have Germany against Slovenia, a physical battle between the two biggest teams here in the Final Four. The host nation up against the favourites, and that could go either way. We're going to leave you with some highlights and a courtside interview from what was a really fascinating encounter here from Frankfurt. Mita, what a performance and what a way to bounce back from yesterday's disappointment.
Yeah, today was a different day, let's say, for us. Yesterday we didn't play it so good. Yeah, this is my teammate. We are happy that we win today. This is important. Third place is not bad.
Yeah, only your second year back in the World League, and the bronze medal is a fantastic achievement.
Yes, for first year, yeah. It's we would like to. We should do, I think, better because we are. I think we have team that can make better results. But let's say this is a good start.
It's a great start. How important was that third set? 2 set points down. That's a lot of team spirit in there.
It's really difficult to play against Chinese Taipei. The guys are fighting all the time, and they are not. It's really tough to play against them. They are defending all, don't letting the ball to fall down. So we fight until the end. I mean, it was really tough, but we did it.
Congratulations and enjoy your celebrations.